if you meet a person and you see they're pretty strong, so how would you differentiate that their aura is being protected by the cosmic energies?
It's a very simple thing. We call it source or sink. There are some people, you come in their contact, and even if you have maintained a distance and you're speaking with them, you will feel very drained out and everything with them. You don't feel good about it. But there are some people where you talk with them and all of a sudden you're also feeling charged up.
Yeah.
Energy aati hai tum mein. So those people are the ones who are connected.
So for those people who are not pretty much aware of aura leak, could you elaborate a bit upon it more?
So aura leak these days is being talked about because generally people are not in tune with themselves. Once you get in tune with yourself, you vibrate to your own, the divine frequency, you're connected to the energy beyond, your aura will always be replenished.
How much do you believe in nazar and all these concepts? Especially these days, people are very scared of posting things on social media as well.
See, jealousy is a very powerful emotion. And if you're connected to a person and they're jealous, their jealousy will affect you in a little bit.
Namaste everyone, a very warm welcome on the show, and I'm your host Rangoli Sharma. Another day, and I've brought to you another insightful episode of our English series, Mystic Mind. Do you feel that a divine grace is always around you? Do you feel your deities' divine shield protecting you? You know, I highly believe that in tough times, in low phases of your life, it is a test of your faith with that divine source. So what are the signs in your life that your aura is completely protected by the God that you believe in, by Paramatma? What are the signs of a strong aura, or Abha Mandal as we call it in Hindi? What are the signs that your aura or your energy is compromised? Can some negative energy harm or influence your aura? How can you strengthen it? What is its connection to the 7 chakras? How can you work on the 7 chakras and then strengthen your aura? These are some important questions that I've explored upon in today's podcast. So I'm sure if you believe all in energy, you believe in aura, you believe that you have a high energy and you want to keep it protected, you want to keep it locked, this is the podcast for you. And for this wonderful discussion, I have with me one Tantric Guru who talks about energy, who talks about chakras, and we'll understand all this from him today. Let's welcome Shri Sim Khirid. Guruji, a very warm welcome on the show.
Thank you for having me here.
By now, my audience is quite aware of aura, but in today's podcast, I want to take things a bit differently. I want to connect aura to divine energies. Okay. You know, I highly believe that your aura is not just your aura. It belongs to the source that you belong to, because
Absolutely,
you are completely
right.
An extension of that energy.
Yes.
No matter you call it Paramatma, no matter you call it a certain deity, you believe in Devi, you believe in Shiva, you believe in Hanumanji. So I highly believe that your aura actually belongs to them as well.
Absolutely.
So to begin with, what are the signs that your aura is being protected by the divine itself? Let's begin with it.
Okay, so let's go back one more step behind this question. What are we? We are an ansh of the divine, means a part of the divine, a piece of the divine, right? So if we are a piece of the divine, we are connected somehow to the divine. We may be aware of it or we may not be aware of it, but we are connected.
Right.
And as the awareness grows of this connection, the connection gets stronger. Why? Because from that side, the connection was always there. This side, the reception was not happening. But as you get aware and aware, the reception happens, the connection gets stronger from your side.
Beautiful.
And as the connection gets stronger and stronger, the energy flows more. It's like in electrical terms, we will say it's a one-strand wire or a multi-strand wire.
Right.
As your awareness grows, it becomes multi-strand wire. Means the energy current is flowing more, energy is flowing more. And as the energy is flowing more into you, it spreads in you, and that same energy starts making your aura more and more stronger.
You know, as they say, you move 2 steps towards God, He moves 4 steps towards you.
I had just told someone, you take 1 step, 99 steps the divine will take towards you. That's absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
But how would it manifest in physical life? Like if you meet a person and you see they're pretty strong, So how would you differentiate that their aura is being protected by the cosmic energies?
It's a very simple thing. We call it source or sink. There are some people, you come in their contact, and even if you have maintained a distance and you're speaking with them, you will feel very drained out and everything with them. You don't feel good about it. But there are some people where you talk with them, and all of a sudden you're also feeling charged up.
Yeah.
Energy aati hai tum mein. So those people are the ones who are connected with full consciousness, and their energy is being fed, because then they are like a source of energy.
Yes, absolutely.
And then the ones with who you feel discharged or you feel low, they are sinks of energy. So that means their aura is not having that much energy. So they're grabbing your energy.
Energy vampires, as we call them.
Energy vampires. I call them sinks. Sinks or source. You are either a person is a source of energy or they're a sink of energy. If they're a source of energy, their aura is strong. If they're a sink of energy, their aura is weak. Simple definition.
Absolutely. So, it happens a lot of times. You meet a person and suddenly you're all energized. Like just a little conversation with them.
Exactly. And that is what is called as a powerful aura. Because they have the energy in them, and when you have, basically when you're connected with the divine and deep, the energy is abundantly available. So you're more than willing to share.
Right.
And when you're not connected to the divine, you feel restricted. It's called the abundance mentality and scarcity mentality. Right. A person with strong aura will always have an abundance mentality. A person with weak aura will always have a scarcity mentality.
Very true. And how strong is the shield of these people who have a very strong aura? Like how strong is the divine shield that is protecting them?
Oh, it's strong because they are always connected. The divine energy is with you, so you don't have to worry about it.
So nothing can leak their aura, because these days we hear a lot of things: aura leak, energy distortion.
No. So those are people who are not actually in the first place very well connected, I would say. Aura leaks is like a sink. A person who has very little energy, that will leak only because it's always less. It's like a half-filled vessel. You keep pouring into it, but there's a leak at the bottom. It will always leak out. You will never have that. A person will never have the energy because they're not connected. But if you're connected to this thing, even if somebody takes from you, tomorrow you will, not tomorrow, after a few minutes, you will replenish yourself with energy. So it doesn't matter. So you're not leaking energy. If you have a strong aura, you're giving your energy. You're sharing your energy. That is a big thing. And a person who doesn't have a strong aura, for them it's always going to be leaking because they don't know where to get the energy back from. But if you're connected to the divine, the aura will always be strong. And then you will never think about my aura is leaking or, I'll be this thing. Because, you're a conduit. You have become a conductor of energy for them.
Okay, so for those people who are not pretty much aware of aura leak, could you elaborate a bit upon it more?
Aura leak?
Yes.
So aura leak these days is being talked about because generally people are not in tune with themselves. Once you get in tune with yourself, you vibrate to your own, the divine frequency, you're connected to the energy beyond, your aura will always be replenished. And if you feel your aura is leaking, if you feel your aura is less, or you're less powerful, or you're feeling tired or dejected all the time, it means your energy has reduced. It is because you cannot access or refill your energy from this thing. So for them who are having constant aura leaks or who feel all the time that I'm tired or, exhausted, it means you have to do some work to connect yourself to the divine, to go in through yourself. Because once you go inward, then you can start accessing the energy constantly. And then even if you will never have a shortage of that energy, or you will never feel your aura is weak then.
So what are some steps and methods through which, you can strengthen your aura, or Abha Mandal as we call it in Hindi? What are the steps?
Simple. Meditation, dhyan. Start with dhyan. When you start with dhyan, you do your dhyan on a regular basis. A point comes when you stop doing meditation and you become meditative.
You become meditative.
Then everything you do is meditation. When you're eating food, you're sleeping, everything is meditative. That is a very distinctive difference which happens.
And how does that happen? How
it
does
happens
one become meditative?
With regular practice of meditation. So again, there are multiple meditations in the world.
Exactly.
And you keep doing different meditations unless you find someone, a guru with whom you resonate. Now that's also a very important thing. You can go anywhere here and that. We call them spiritual tourists. Spiritual tourists. And it's important, it's needed. Because a phase of your life, you will be a spiritual tourist. You will go here to this guru, you'll go to that guru, you'll go to this pilgrim spot, you'll go to that pilgrimage spot. And it's perfectly fine. It's part of your journey. And then a point comes when you will find someone with whom you resonate. And we say, there's a saying, when the disciple is ready, the guru appears.
The guru appears.
So when you are at that point, you will find the person who will guide you. And then when the person you find, your guru you find, and you start your journey, that's when this journey starts. We call it the inward journey, because that's when you actually start your inward journey. Now, going inward does not mean neglecting the outside world. You're supposed to balance both. And once you start your inward journey, that's when you start doing meditation. And then as you do meditation, depending on your whole multiple things, a point comes, you become meditative. And once you become meditative, that's it. And also another thing is, once you're with a guru, then always the divine world will take care of you.
Yes.
The protection comes automatically.
The watches over, everything is taken care of. I'm also a big believer of this. Guruji, but for those people who are actually not looking for a guru and they've just are in the beginning phase of their spiritual journey. And since you yourself said there are multiple, meditation techniques out there. So how would one recognize that this is the one for me? I'm meant for this.
So very simple. The proof of the pudding is in the eating. Go ahead, do this multiple meditations, do what attracts you. Ultimately, it has to resonate with you. Only then it will work for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, it won't work for you. And then there are times you'll be particular one place, you'll be doing some things, it'll feel good, everything. Then after some time, it will not feel good for you. Move on. That's the way it is. As I keep telling, there are two ways of approaching this. One is trust and one is skepticism. Both are equally important.
Both are important.
You either take the path of trust or you take the path of skepticism. Don't put your 1 foot here, 1 foot there. Because then it will be like two boats and you'll go down in the middle. So if at a particular point you're feeling more trusting of yourself, then accept everything as a trust and do it. Because when you trust yourself, whatever you do, eventually it will work in your favor. Or you be skeptical at that point because you're not sure of certain things. You be fully skeptical and then keep asking, is this right? What am I doing? And have the courage to do it. Because if you do something, then you can decide for yourself, it works for me or it doesn't work for me. And that's it. So ultimately it comes back to you. But these are the two approaches I request people to take. Either be trusting of yourself and do it, or be skeptical and do it. Both will get you the answers, but you have to decide which one you want to approach.
Okay, meditation is one technique, but would you also like to suggest to my audience some energy cleansing or, some sort of these techniques which help you strengthen your aura or, cleanse it for that matter?
Okay, so basically energy cleansing is a very beautiful process. When you start meditation, now most people think meditation is just sitting silently doing the job. And generally that is what is accepted and I agree with it. But in our tradition, which is a Tantric tradition, we play on the chakras and everything. So there are a lot of meditation techniques which we use where we keep using the different chakras. And with that, all your nadi shuddhi happens, everything happens. And once the nadis are all clear, energy starts flowing beautifully. And then automatically your aura starts getting stronger and stronger. And then what happens is, your vibrations also start increasing, your body vibrations, you become very powerful. And once your vibrations get closer to the divine vibrations, all the more better for you.
But let's just say one does not want to work on this path of Tantra or, they themselves want to work on their energy. So what techniques could you suggest?
So there are plenty of techniques. And again, there are multiple meditations. You can open up any of the texts. We have multiple texts in our heritage. Open up the text or go to someone who has done these techniques before. Ask them for it. And there are people who are actually teaching these techniques. Even we do teach them. But then you come in, do those techniques, and that's simple. Because there are so many techniques and you can just purify yourself time to time with energy.
Like?
Okay, so one is the simple, what we call the waterfall meditation technique. Where you sit in a particular posture, certain things are told to you, and then the divine energy comes as a waterfall and cleanses you thoroughly, internally and externally.
Wow, so it's more like visualization, that you visualize all this happening.
We start with the word visualization because in English you don't have a better word, but actually when you start doing it, you actually experience it. Because energy, you cannot see. You can feel.
Yes, and it does not lie either.
So when you start, it has to start with the visualization. But then afterwards, what are you experiencing? Do you call it a visualization or do you call it experiential?
Right. And what about these techniques that people so commonly mention, like salt water bath? Do you think it really helps to cleanse your energy and all?
So salt water bath and all is basically osmotic process. It withdraws all the toxins from your body. Once the toxins from your body are out, you feel good in the body. So it's good.
Okay.
So that's what it is. So there is a physical thing to it as well as a missing. And when you're sitting in a salt water bath and you want to get things out of your system. So not only on the physical level, even on the psychological level, you are actually get out whatever you want. You want a cleansing. So that happens on both levels, physical as well as psychological.
Yes, but I've heard that salt water bath is actually very impactful.
Of course, it is. Everything is. See, whatever's there in our traditions, everything is there for a reason. And it has value. So accept it, see if it works for you. As I said, there are times when things will resonate with you very powerfully, times it will not resonate. So if you're at a particular stage, something works for you very well, use it. Down the track, that may not, because you've moved on to another stage. Something else will work for you. So cleansing also is good. At different stages, different things happen.
Makes sense. Guruji, I've heard so many people saying, no matter they believe in a deity, they practice some sadhana. Some people, they live in that fear mentality. That what if somebody does something on them and then they forget about their faith on the deity, they forget about their sadhana. So by this question I mean to ask is, how would one lock their aura? Like especially for these suspicious people.
First of all, even if somebody does something to you, what will happen at the worst? Let's take an example. You think somebody pushes you down on the ground.
You will fall.
You'll fall. Maximum is you'll hurt yourself. After that, it will pain you for some time. And then 3-4 hours later, you won't even remember the pain is there. Because the body heals.
Yeah.
Same way, even if you think somebody is doing something on you, maximum they can do is annoy you or irritate you for some amount of time. After that, even their energy will not be that much to do with you. So you don't bother. Once you are on this thing, the deity will always protect you. And if you fall, if the deity ensures you fall, it is because the deity wants you to learn how to rise.
How beautiful.
And the faster you learn it, the better for you.
And sometimes, I believe difficult times are a test of your faith, a test of your bhakti, that how much you trust him or her.
Obstacles are a blessing in disguise. Remember that. So whenever you have things which question you or make you question your self and your deity and everything, I say it's a good thing. Why? Because it's a turning point in your life. It is something where you have to now address and you will learn something. Now, whether the lesson is learned instantaneously or in a year's time, that again depends on the situation. We cannot say. But you will learn and you will come out of it better.
But do you believe that if one is protected so strongly by their deity, let's say one is so much deeply into bhakti, they talk to their God every day, and if a negative person, a negative energy tries to harm that person, do you think that East would take the revenge as a form of protection to their child?
Okay. So you said a very good question and it's very right, and lots of people have this thing.
Yes, that my East will take the revenge.
First of all, let's drop the word revenge. As I said earlier, if something is happening, it is because the deity wants to make you confident in yourself that whatever happens, you will overcome it. So don't be afraid. See, fear is a human emotion and it has to be dissolved for you to achieve the higher states. So that will happen. So these things happen in people's lives. I will not say it doesn't happen, but these are all learning experiences. It's like the analogy I give is a child is taught to ride a cycle with those 2 support wheels.
Yeah.
A point comes when they remove the support wheels. But 100% every child will fall.
Yeah.
They will hurt
once or twice.
They will hurt their knee. They will go crying. Blood. They'll think the blood is going to bleed or they're going to die of bleeding. Nothing happens. A little bit medicine and after one day the child is back on the cycle running. Same with us. Nothing of the. And when speaking about the negative things, when people are trying to do negative things to you, it is because they are coming from a lower perspective. They are coming from a scarcity mentality. So they're trying to grab something from you. So at the same time, whatever they want to grab from you, or they try to obstruct you, or they try to hurt you, temporarily they may be able to do it. Why? so that they can also learn. Grabbing something from you is not going to fulfill them. You will learn, let them take whatever they want from me. Nothing will happen to me. What I lose, I will gain 10 times tomorrow.
Yeah.
So what is there? And once you understand that, I don't say learn it, you understand that. After that, nobody can muck around with you. Then even if somebody takes money from you, you will say, okay, chalo, whatever happens, you take. Nothing will go. Because you know you will be replenished. Because then you're totally in the abundance mentality and they're totally in the scarcity mentality. Scarcity. And this is always there. So it will always see people who are like gurus and all, there'll always be somebody who will attack them, call them fake, call them this, they try to take things from them. It's okay, part of the Leela. Because even they have to learn. And if you're losing nothing, temporarily you're getting inconvenienced, no big deal. Because inconveniences are always there just for, it's part of the play. You can't have sugar all the time. You need salt, you need chilies, you need all the flavors of life. So a little bit of hoo-ha has to be there in life. Otherwise, you'll be bored of your life.
Yeah. And, as we said, it all strengthens your connection with the source.
Yes.
Or,
yes.
any deity that you call it.
Exactly. Because then you're experiencing how strong the source is. And you're learning things about yourself also.
How much do you believe in a nazar and all these concepts? Especially these days, people are very scared of posting things on social media as well.
Okay.
Do you think social media nazar exists?
See, jealousy is a very powerful emotion. And if you're connected to a person and they're jealous, their jealousy will affect you in a little bit. I will not say it doesn't affect. But then once you accepted this jealous, why do you want to associate with them also?
Right.
You see, connections are made and connections are broken every life. So you also have to evolve to a certain stage where you start making conscious connections rather than random connections. And there's another very thing in life we have a saying, why do you need to show off? You need to show off because you yourself are insecure. You need validation from other people.
But what if you just want to celebrate? Let's take the example of social media. Like couples post their pictures, but somebody who might not have that relationship, they might be envious of it. But coming from their part, they're just sharing their beautiful bond.
Yeah, but you share your beautiful bond with those who appreciate you.
Yeah.
You have a house. Will you call anybody and everybody in your house? No, never. You only call people whom you value. Same as with social media posting. Put things which you can share with people. Let's say you have jewelry in your house. You're not going to show it to everybody in the street what jewelry you have. If you're doing it, then something is wrong with you.
Yeah.
You only show your jewelry to people whom you trust and whom you value. Same as with this. Show your pictures, show your this thing, but show it to people who will appreciate it. So then the energy, this thing, increases. Don't show it to people who are already jealous and who are already miserable. If you show something to a miser, that person will always take things from you. Not because they need it, but because it's a nature to take. And then there are people who want to share with you. So they will abundance. Again, abundance scarcity mentality. Once you get that understanding of abundance and scarcity, you will automatically not bother about the people who are in the scarcity. You will always avoid them.
But in case of social media, you don't really have the control who watches your content.
So then again,
don't post it.
Post it to the ones who you want to show, no? That is a privacy option. Use a privacy option. Why not? See, there are a lot of people who are already miserable.
Yeah.
And in their misery, they don't know whom to vent their anger on. Or vent their emotions. And if by chance they come across your post and they are able to vent their emotions on you, for what? Why do you want to be the receptor of their negative emotions?
But let's just say your positivity is way higher than their negativity. So would it still affect you?
No, it won't affect. Anyway, it won't affect you to that level. It will just be, maybe if your positivity is not that high, it will just affect you for some time. But if your positivity is really high, their negativity will not affect you at all.
Right. So the intention matters a lot, I think.
Intention matters. And then once you are also accepting that, yes, I want to share. And I know out of 100 people, 10 will appreciate, 90 will not. Then you will never bother about the 90. And whatever negativity the 90s throw onto you, it will not affect you. Because your intention is for the 10 people who will appreciate you, not for the remaining who will get jealous of you.
So now that we are talking about some lower energies, what are the signs that a person's aura has been compromised? You know, the aura leak that we were talking about earlier. So what are the signs that your aura might not be very strong, or
A miserable person, a frustrated person, they are all low energy people. Misery, frustration, constantly irritated, these are all very evident signs. And if you ask a person, why are you frustrated? What is your source of, why are you miserable? They will not be able to even tell you why they are miserable. I'm just upset. I'm just angry. Okay, sometimes there are valid reasons for anger, and we never say suppress your anger, let it out. But then when you let out your anger, how long does it take you? A day, 2 days? You can't be angry for more than that.
Yeah.
But then these are anger which has come out of the situational thing. But then there are some people who are perpetually miserable, perpetually angry.
always angry?
These are all low aura people. And if you want to help them, you can't. For the simple reason they don't want to help themselves. How will you help them?
They're not even in that self-awareness mode. That
They don't
yes, I
want to
have
be. They
this.
want to be miserable. They want to be miserable. Or maybe because of their past karmic thing, they have done so much missing. They've made life misery for so many other people that they have to experience the misery themselves in this life.
But let's just say some people do accept that they have some negative traits, like, you know, anger is one of them. So how can one work on these deeply rooted subconscious patterns? Because you might be carrying it from some other.
Yeah, definitely. No, but then once you are aware of it and you want to change, then automatically you will start finding people who will help you change. And that can happen very easily. But that change feeling has to come from inside. It cannot come from external. You will get tired of your anger, you will get tired of your misery, that you will tell, it's enough, enough is enough. Now I want to drop everything. It comes. Once you finish, like if you've created misery for so many people and you are miserable equivalent in this life, automatically then you start talking about this. It comes from inside. This is the internal energy of yourself.
Guruji, now coming on to the second segment of this discussion, we've understood aura from an energetic perspective. Now let's dig deeper into the chakra perspective of aura. So, like, how is one person's aura connected to the 7 chakras that we understand?
Okay. So in our body we have nadis. Nadi is nothing but an energy channel. And the 3 main nadis are the Sushumna, which is on the spinal cord, and the Ida and the Pingla. The 2 intertwined serpents which they used, you see those pictures with the one rod and 2 intertwined serpents.
Coiled serpent.
Coiled serpents. So that is like, you know, like a choti is there, same way they show. That is nothing but a symbolization of the Ida, the Sushumna, which is the main spinal thing, and the Ida and the Pingla. These are the 3 main nadis, and then we have plenty more nadis. And the nadis run through the whole body, and the whole energy or the pran runs through that. Places where the nadis meet is known as a chakra. So where the energy center, the chakras are nothing but a place where the nadi meets. And along the Sushumna, that is the back of where your spinal cord runs, these chakras are located there. So the base chakra is the Muladhara, which comes at the perineum, and the topmost is considered as a Sahasrara. So generally we consider 7 chakras in the human body. There are more, but these are the 7 main ones. So these are nothing but where the energy circulates, and chakra is like a traffic junction, I call them, where multiple nadis come together and the energy moves. So as long as your chakras are clear and running, the energy keeps circulating freely. Many people have blockages from past life experiences and all that. And meditation is what helps you open these blockages. Or there are techniques again in this thing which help you open your blockages. And as these blockages open, the energy keeps moving freely. The energy keeps moving freely. So we have a concept called as resonance in physics, whereby a particular thing it just amplifies. The energy keeps amplifying. So when all your nadis are open, your chakras are all aligned, the energy keeps amplifying and your whole aura just gets stronger and stronger. It's as simple as that.
But the question is it that easy? And from here I want to ask, like, what are the signs that each of your chakra has some blockages? So I want to talk a little more about every chakra in that aspect.
So every chakra has a particular purpose. Muladhara is the lowest, the start. And that is there. That is where the basic emotions come of life, of food, sex, and just existing. It's called this thing. Ganeshji is the god of the Muladhara, and Ganeshji himself is a representative of both the animal as well as the human body. So it's a mix, and that is very important. Many people don't get that significance. But when you're on the Muladhara, your behavior will be animalistic and human at the same time. And you need the blessings of Ganesh Ji to move forward and upward.
Okay.
Ha.
So, what would be the behavior of a person who has blocked root chakra? Some symptoms.
Very animalistic. He or she is only concerned about food, just existing, eating, accumulating material things just for the sake, not even enjoying life, but just accumulating. So these are all signs for that.
And what are the signs of somebody who has mastered the root chakra?
Then automatically you just move on ahead, because then you're not stuck there. See, I won't say mastered is the right word, but you move on. Your chakra starts free flowing.
Yes,
the energy is free flowing. Yeah, once the energy moves freely in your chakras, you don't have to worry about that. Then you won't be like at that stage where you're only concerned about where my next meal is coming from and all. You know, you have that much capability in you to go for and do things to get your next meal and all. So life getting smoother and smoother. For when you have more and more obstacles in your life, all the time you're having trouble in that means you're stuck in your root chakra. But when your smoothness comes, you know you have moved on to the next stage.
Now you have bigger purpose in life.
Exactly.
To do good, greater things.
Exactly.
Than just existing.
Yeah, existing like an animal. An animal has only two approaches. See, animals, once they're born, they're only first dependent on their mother. Yeah. And once they reach the stage of this thing, they only eat. And when their hormones are there, the particular period which they call, they only have the sex. Again, the nature repeats. So it's like the nature cycle. That's it. Eat, sleep, hunt, and that's all the animal does. But with this, in the human state, once you go past that stage, then the other things start moving. So it's an animalistic state. Remember that. Mooladhara is the animal. And the more person is animalistic, like grabbing. And actually, animals also grab only because they're hungry.
Yes.
Humans grab more than what they need. Remember that. So when somebody is accumulating a lot, you see there's a lot of greedy people. They're stuck.
Now moving on to the second chakra. What does it define?
Swadhisthana. Yes. So Mooladhara is the base, Swadhisthana is the second. Swadhisthana is the sex chakra. In a man, it corresponds to the base of the penis. For the women, it corresponds to the clitoris. So where the clitoris is at the back, that is the Swadhisthana chakra. Once it is activated, then the sexual energy of the person is flourishing. So then it's not only hormone driven, like in animals, but you can actually use your sexual energy for more this thing. So that is the Swadhisthana chakra.
And what are the signs of a person who has this chakra balanced or imbalanced? Like in both the ways I'm asking.
So the sexual center, it's called Swadhisthana, is called the sexual energy center. And a balanced energy is when a person has a good intimate life. And if you don't have a good intimate life, it just shows your sexual center is unbalanced, the sixth center.
So maybe they would have more desires.
More desires or unfulfilled desires, I would put it as.
Okay. So it's also the chakra of creation. So I think
because sex is the center of creation.
This person, maybe what I've heard, that this person would be very creative also.
Yes. Because if the energy is flowing, then your energy goes into creativity. Absolutely right.
Now moving on to the third chakra.
Manipur.
What does it define and what are the signs that one has this chakra balanced or imbalanced?
Manipur corresponds to the navel. Again, the navel is where the babies get fed when they're in the womb. Yeah. So it's a very important center. So when a center is balanced, a Manipur is, you know that the divine is taking care of you. Because when the baby is in the womb, it has no control over anything. But yet it is fully nurtured and it develops from the fetus to the full developed human body, baby. So it is a full trust of the divine, of the nature, you can call it, if you don't want to use the word divine. And the baby is unknowingly on that. It's not conscious of the mother.
Absolutely.
It is just unconscious of everything. So same way, Manipur is developed means you know that there is something beyond you which is taking care of you. You may not be able to explain it. You may not even know it consciously, but unconsciously you are aware of it. So a person whose Manipur is open, they know that everything will be taken care of in some way.
So now what are the signs that one person has their Manipur chakra balanced?
So Manipur is the navel, which is connected in the womb. The baby is fed through the Manipura. The navel is connected to the mother, right? And everything is nourishment and all goes through the navel. So Manipura just means a balanced Manipura. A person is aware that the world will take care of them, that insecurity is not there. And an imbalanced Manipura clearly shows when a person is insecure, constantly insecure, or they see the negative in everything, it's a sign of the imbalanced Manipura.
And how to strengthen it?
Again, there are lots of techniques. There are meditation techniques. And I always say mantra sadhana is the most powerful way to balance all your chakras, because you leave it to the divine. When you do the mantra sadhana, you're connecting to the divine and you're asking the divine to protect you. Because the mantra sadhana is nothing but a meditation which takes you closer to the divine. And as you get closer to the divine world starts taking care of you. And the divine world takes care of you without any conditions, without any restrictions.
With only full of love. Huh?
Yes.
Now moving on to the heart chakra, which is our fourth energy
Anahat.
center. Yes. So what are the signs that a person has it balanced or imbalanced, and how can one strengthen?
Loving nature of a person. When people genuinely love you, and love doesn't just mean one particular type. Sharing. When people share with you willingly, it's because this is balanced. The anahat is balanced. And somebody whose anahat is not balanced, there will always be suspicions. So suspicions, imbalanced, trust. Again, I'm not talking about the total absolute concept, but trying to illustrate the difference between the two.
What are some other emotions that reside in the heart chakra?
Heart is mostly considered with love only, and it's a love and acceptance of living life. So if your heart chakra is balanced, you're enjoying your life.
And if you're if you're always in the complaint mode, you're finding flaws in life.
Imbalance. That's a clear sign of imbalance. Again, you can do specific techniques, or you can do the mantra sadhana.
Okay. Which deity is connected to heart chakra? As we talked about Ganeshji to the root chakra.
Again, no, Ganeshji's root chakra is for that only. But then other deities come, and different people can have different experiences. Like which deity comes when, it does. But heart chakra is mostly connected with the color of green.
Yes.
So the greenness is there. And then again, deities appear differently. So for a male, it's a male sadhak, the goddess will appear. If it's a female sadhak, the devta will appear. So a lot of people have an affinity to either Krishna or to Shiva. So if a woman is doing it, this thing will come in the form of Krishna. And sometimes if she wants, even Shiva may appear.
Now moving on to the fifth chakra. Vishuddhi chakra. So what are the signs of its imbalance and balance?
Again, Vishuddhi is the point. Once you reach Vishuddhi, then you know your spiritual journey will be completed. So once your Vishuddhi, the Kundalini rises to the Vishuddhi chakra, because Kundalini only rises when all the chakras are balanced. So once it comes to this thing, you know your spiritual journey will reach its fruition. That means you won't have any more distractions. And then with this is connected again, it's connected to the throat, which is the voice. So a person who's always sweet talking, or not sweet talking, not like what you call flattery, but who talks properly or beautifully, that's a sign of balanced Vishuddhi chakra. Melodiousness, the music, all comes from here.
And how can one strengthen this chakra?
Again, if you are looking at it from a meditation viewpoint, the meditation techniques are there. But if you are asking, there are certain meditation techniques where you actually vibrate every chakra with the mantra.
Okay.
And then as you vibrate it, the mantra's vibration clears out all the blockages. So that's how you do it. And doing it on a regular basis keeps strengthening every chakra. So even if there are any hidden blockages, the mantra vibration opens it up. A simple analogy would be like a blocked pipe. You can either force it out, or you can put a vacuum and suck it, or you put in a vibrating thing which loosens out all the dirt and water starts flowing freely. That's what three ways to clear up. Similar principle can be applied on these chakras.
Moving on to the sixth chakra, the third eye chakra.
Ajna.
Yes.
It's actually the Ajna chakra, which is between the eyebrows. Third eye comes here. So third eye is more like a monitor.
Yeah. So why do we associate it with third eye?
People mix it up and it's okay. It doesn't matter. It's close to the third eye. So if you use third eye also is not wrong. You can use it. The Ajna chakra, Ajna means ordering. If it comes, you can get things done for yourself. This is what it is. The Ajna chakra.
What are the signs of its balance and imbalance?
Balance is you're relaxed. See, once your chakras are balanced, you will be a very relaxed person. And imbalanced chakras will always make you diverge from your relaxed state. Because the relaxed state is the natural state of the being. But because of all our accumulated garbage from the world, we go into the imbalanced state. So then Ajna stressing is always, you think about unnecessary stress, or you'll think about something else, like mind chattering and all that. And once you come there, that's it. So if you're coming to the Ajna chakra, Ajna is generally not imbalanced, because these are the lower three chakras are the ones which are the most imbalanced.
Yes.
After the heart chakra, once the loving thing comes into you, why will it be imbalanced? Then after that, everything is open.
Yes.
So
Once
it's very difficult to say that these will be imbalanced. The imbalance is only between the Muladhara, Swadhisthana and the Manipura. That's where the most imbalances happen. But once you balance that and you reach the heart chakra, then you're like, outpouring is there. Because you know there is nothing to take, everything is to be shared. There is no giving and taking. It's all about sharing. Once you've come here, you know there's nothing to give, there's nothing to take. It's all about sharing, because this whole earth is about sharing. That's a realization you get here. And then after that is the highest thing. So these three are the higher chakras. So once these are activated, they will never be imbalanced. So it's very incorrect to say imbalance, but these are all the same.
And the lower chakras are where mostly our animalistic desires reside, right?
Muladhara and this thing, yes.
What
these,
about...
They're the divine chakras, we call it. So after the Vishuddhi, as I said, once you're thinking your spiritual journey will be fulfilled. So these are the divine chakras. So they generally, you cannot use the word imbalance for that.
And what about the crown chakra?
Crown chakra is the final. Once it opens, the whole divine world is open.
Like it's the divine portal?
Yeah, it's a divine portal. The Brahma Randra here, from there it opens, and that's it.
So let's say a person has a highly activated crown chakra. How would their personality, how would their life be?
If a person's crown chakra is activated, the divine world is open to them, they are a guru then. A guru is what? What is a guru? A guru is a person who has walked the path, gone through everything, he or she has experienced something of the divine world, and now they're in constant communication of the divine world, so that the divine world can communicate with them and they can communicate to the world. That's it. That's what is a guru. So the guru is one whose thing is open. And then they get interaction with the divine world on a constant basis, or a need on as need is basis. So that's what it is. But once you come past your anahat, the whole game changes. So your whole imbalance, the worldly things are the bottom three. Beyond this are the spiritual ones.
And if we go back, we were connecting our aura to these chakras. Now that we understood it, how would you connect a person's aura to the 7 chakras that we just discussed?
Okay, so once the energy is free flowing and the Kundalini rises, the whole spine also gets fully empty, the whole channel is clear. Your divine energy starts pouring into you from the top. Your crown chakra is open, it's like you become a receptor there. So the divine energy pours into you. Your energy and the divine energy matches, and the aura is obviously going to be strong. Aura is obviously going to be strong, because you will never be devoid of energy. The energy will always be with you. It's like you're permanently connected into a power source, and a very powerful source of infinite energy. So your aura is always going to be strong. And then you don't even bother, like somebody wants to take your some energy, you willingly give it, because you know
because you have enough of it.
You have infinite energy. You're basically infinite energy. And then you will also realize sometimes energy has not to be shared, because the person is not right. And the person will not be able to handle energy. So then you don't give that energy to that person. You keep a distance. So that also is there. That discernment happens to you. As you keep moving up, all these things happen, and then this energy flow happens. Because you have to discern. You can't just give energy to this thing where it's going to be wasted. Because after all, energy is also a valuable source. You may have infinite energy, but in a human body, you have to accept that the energy is higher than you. So you give the respect to the energy. The energy accepts you does not mean you disrespect the energy.
And since we talked about the 7 chakras, I want to end this discussion on a very trending topic itself, Kundalini rising. What's your take on it?
So Kundalini is when the energy is at the base, every one of us, and Kundalini is part of the divine energy. It is dormant in all of us because you're not ready for the divine grace. That is the animalistic state. That's why the Kundalini, they say it is sleeping at the base.
And it's better that it's sleeping, because
if you're in the animalistic state, it will always sleep. It will not rise. And then when you want to know more of the world beyond the animalistic state, you're tired, because life after life, you're doing the same thing. You're born, you grow out of childhood, you go into adulthood, marry, do the whole grihastha thing, and then one day you die. you do this multiple lives. Then at a point comes when you ask yourself, what am I doing and why am I doing? The sense of deja vu comes at some point. And that's when you want to get out of it. That's when the questions start. And that's when you start asking. Then as your chakras keep opening up and everything, the Kundalini will rise. And the Kundalini will only rise with the grace of the Guru. The Guru is the one who will authorize the Kundalini to rise.
But Guruji, do you think if a person, like if a normal grihastha person has their Kundalini awakened, do you think would they act normally? Or like, because they say that Kundalini is a very high intense energy in itself. So would one be able to balance it?
Absolutely. You will easily. There are so many gurus who have been living householder lives. They can live it because you're ready for it.
But why do they portray on internet that a person who has Kundalini awakened, he's acting all weird and stuff?
Because that person's Kundalini is not activated in the first sense. It's not. He's got some certain psychological problems and they get attributed to Kundalini.
Yeah.
Kundalini will not. You see, this knowledge is slightly esoteric.
Yeah.
So esoteric knowledge is always misinterpreted, especially by people who don't have any experience of it. If you read some books and all, now I'll tell you one thing, in all our scriptures, whatever they be, whether they sing, only 70% is written. 30% has to be experienced. Only then you will get the knowledge. If you have got only bookish knowledge, you will not get the full experience. And most people who talk have only read from some books and they've interpreted it with their limitations. But if you have actually experienced the whole Kundalini rising, everything and all, and you know how to help the Kundalini rise. Because if you come in the presence of a Guru, the Guru also blesses you because the Guru is the one who has the authority to give you what is called a Shakti path. And Shakti path is what starts the rise of the Kundalini. So even if the Shakti path is given to you and you're not ready in this life, the Kundalini will not rise. And if you're ready 5 lives later, that is the time the Kundalini will rise.
Definitely.
That is what happens. So all what is written, a lot of hoo-ha is written, a lot of nonsense is written, and let it be written. But that's also there again in the animalistic state. Some people like to run around in circles. Like you see some dogs, they keep going around in circles. Same way some people like running in circles. It's fine for them. We don't stop them. Let them do what they want. The genuine seeker will always find the way.
Wonderful. And in some coming discussion, maybe we would explore deeper the concept of Kundalini. But for now, I leave it to my viewers that this podcast helps them to strengthen their aura, their divine shield.
Absolutely.
So I'm grateful that you joined us today.
Life is for living. Life is for enjoying. Accept that. And as you accept it, your aura also will accept it. Your aura is part of you. So once you accept it, your aura will also start reflecting what you accept in life.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
So you tell me in the comment section, how did you enjoy today's discussion? What are your views on your own energy? Do you feel a divine shield, a divine grace protecting you? I hope this particular discussion strengthens your connection with your deity, and I deeply wish from my heart that may the divine grace always protect you and always follow you. Do put your questions, your comments, your queries in the comment section that I should discuss in the upcoming podcast, and I'll keep bringing you such helpful discussions. This is your host, Rangoli Sharma. I'll see you in another podcast. Namaste.